as a person who has studied the law of assumption, I think it's really funny how people consistently make assumptions. You know what I mean? And recently I learned the difference between assumption and presumption. And the difference is that assumption is literally just a genuine guess. Like, there's no evidence, there's no reason for believing what you're believing, but it's, you know what I mean? And then a presumption, when you presume things, that is like an educated guess. Like, you're going off of something. And even if you're wrong, it still was founded on something. Your intuition, past experiences, etc., etc. You know? And a lot of people make assumptions. They just... And in their head, it is founded because maybe they've had past experiences that would, like, validate them making the assumption. But, like, based off of the context of the situation, a lot of times it's, like, not very founded. Like, if you meet a new person and you're guessing, assuming that they are a certain type of way just because of the way that they look or because of the way that they speak, you know what I mean? Versus, like, actual behavior patterns that you're witnessing within the person, you know what I mean? And generally the phrase, don't make assumptions because they make an ass out of you and me, very true. Like, it's a phrase, it's a silly, but, like, it's so true. And also, I'm going to say this might upset some people, but if you haven't taken the time to really understand and get to know your intuition, your assumption is different than other people's assumptions who have done that work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I generally try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, because I have worked on my intuition, because I have, like, taken time to, like, understand those impulses, those messages that come through me, like, when I get an assumption, it's like, is this an assumption or is this my intuition? You know what I mean? And I still try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't, like, necessarily treat people the way that, like, my intuition would probably want me to. You know what I mean? Like, I try to treat everybody with some level of respect, some level of cordialness, you know? But, yeah, so, like, because... Sorry, I kind of got flabbergasted there. Because I saw this video recently where this person was talking about how, like, people want the gifts, people want the intuition, they want the discernment without, like, the experiences that forge them, you know? And maybe it's not, like, a 110% thing, but most of the time, when you have that level of, like, intuition, when you have that level of discernment, it came from really terrible, like, life-threatening situations. So it's not always life-threatening, but still, like, you know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is, if you haven't been through those experiences, when you haven't developed your intuition like that, and you try to go around making assumptions around people, like, you're actually doing way more harm than you are doing good, honestly. Once again, as a person who has studied the law of assumption, if you're going to make assumptions about people or situations, you should want to be intentional about that, you know? And if you're making an assumption that is, like, potentially harmful, you know, if you're like, I assume this person is, like, a liar, I assume this person is, like, evil, and you haven't even talked to the person, you know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't know, I feel like this video was all over the place, but if this resonated with you at all, you should definitely, maybe, if you haven't already today, whenever you're watching this, you should definitely consider having a little bit of a meditation moment, you know what I mean? Go sit in the grass, or wherever you feel comfortable, and just ohm it out, you know what I mean? So, deuces, bye.